I'm here.
All
I'm
right.
good.
So, welcome to Poly Role Models. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay. So my name's C.Murphy. I'm going mostly by C these days, but also Caitlin Murphy. I run sexational.com. So I'm a sex educator, writer, artist, a little bit of everything.
Okay. All right. So, how long have you been polyamorous, or how long have you been practicing polyamory?
I started exploring the concept of polyamory or non-monogamy probably in 2010. And probably the first time I really started exploring it with a partner was in, I want to say 2012 or 2013. So I've been kind of in and out of non-monogamous relationships during that time. So it's been about 5 years now.
Okay. And what does your relationship structure look like?
Well, right now I'm building something a lot newer to me because previously it was exploring with a primary partner that I had previously been in monogamous relationships with. I've done that 2 or 3 times at this point and it didn't work for me.
Okay.
So now it's something that's a lot more decentralized. I'm seeing a couple different people. I don't really have any quote partners right now.
Yeah.
But I have some really good people in my life who I have like romantic and sexual and like important connections with.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. What aspects of polyamory do you feel you excel at?
I would say probably the communication and empathy aspects of it. It's like seeing things from other perspectives and trying to like understand just the complications of being in multiple relationships with different people. Like right now I have somebody who is in a primary relationship with somebody else, and it's been a little bit contentious for us.
Okay.
And so I've kind of had to be the person to just be like, well, like this is all right. It's okay that we don't necessarily get along, and like just understanding that perspective even though I don't know this other person.
Understood.
Yeah.
And what aspects do you feel you struggle with?
I would say I struggle with wanting to feel like the thing, like the most important thing. I want to feel like I'm a little bit insecure in that way, and jealousy can be a little bit of a problem, but I'm getting better with it. But I would say that that's like the hardest part.
Okay. How do you rebound from that?
Mostly right now, that's been something that's been a problem in the past, so I'm trying to work on it in this new structure that I'm working with. And so I would say right now how I'm trying to deal with that is just a lot of talking.
Okay. All right. So in terms of safer or risk-aware sex, how do you and your partners protect one another?
Using, safer sex protocol like barriers, communicating when we feel like there's been a problem, like if somebody's having an outbreak of some sort or a concern or thinks that they might have something wrong, it's just like, okay, we're going to go get tested.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually going to go get tested next week because somebody I'm seeing and we're just like, hey, heads up, this is the thing, like, let's all go get tested.
Yeah, fair enough. What is the biggest mistake you've made in your polyamorous history?
Ooh. Allowing a primary partner who I was seeing to ignore my needs while demanding that I conform to theirs.
Fair. What self-identities are important to you, and how do you feel like being polyamorous impacts or intersects with those self-identities?
Well, I would say that I don't actually identify as polyamorous.
Okay.
I identify more as non-monogamous, and I like being queer and being a gender fluid and gender weird person. Like all of those things interplay with my relationships and how they interact with each other and me.
Yeah.
So I would say that like those identities are really important.
Okay.
And also specifically saying like I'm non-monogamous, and like when people come to me and are just like, oh, you're polyamorous, I'm like, I don't necessarily identify with that identification.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Is there a reason why in particular?
It feels like an identity that has a lot of different ideas already wrapped up in it, whereas like I'm trying to create something that's a little bit less rigid and like more free flowing, which is why I choose like larger identities like queer or like non-monogamous rather than like it feels like a smaller box.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I understand. All right. So, I already know the answer to this question, but like, do you have any groups, projects, websites, blogs, etc., that you'd like to promote?
It's sexational.com is my biggest thing.
Okay.
And then it's just, yeah, I mean, it's that, and I'm slowly starting to build a business, but nobody's seeing that website for another year.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But.
Okay. Well, thanks for taking the time and welcoming me into your home to contribute for Poly Role Models.
Yeah. Thanks so much for talking to me and coming out.
Awesome.